Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're talking about something that, honestly, it just shouldn't be possible. LeBron James. He's 40 years old, and he just started his 23rd season in the NBA.
23rd. It's genuinely surreal. You really have to zoom out to get how big of a deal this is. This isn't just a record. It's a statistical anomaly unfolding right in front of us.
And just by stepping on the court, he broke the tie with Vince Carter, right, for most seasons ever played.
Exactly. He now stands alone. 23 seasons. It's endurance measured in, basically generations of players.
So that's the foundation for our deep dive today. Our mission is to really unpack this return. We're going to look at the injury that actually delayed his start, how he shifted his game in his debut, and of course, the huge records he's now chasing.
Yeah, and when you look at the sources covering this, they all kind of circle around two big ideas. This unmatched longevity and his adaptability.
Yeah.
He isn't just, hanging on in the league.
Not at all.
He's immediately impacting games at an elite level, even after all this time.
Okay, so let's dig into that journey, because season 23 is stunning, but it wasn't exactly a smooth start. He missed the first chunk of the season. What was the actual physical issue?
The problem was sciatica, and that is, for an athlete, a really significant concern.
That's a nerve issue, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It was affecting his lower back and then running down his right side. For you or me, that's painful. For a guy who makes his living with explosive jumps and cuts, it attacks the very core of his game.
And he sat out, 14 games?
14 games to start the season, and that shows you how serious it was. The sources were clear. There was a lot of concern. This isn't a sprained ankle. Nerve impairment means you lose that burst, that power.
So missing almost a fifth of the season.
Yeah.
It meant he had to be incredibly careful with the recovery, no rushing back.
Absolutely not. It was all about prioritizing nerve stability.
And it must have been so frustrating for him. This is a guy who's famous for his durability. So where was he actually putting in the work to get back up to speed?
This is where it gets pretty interesting. His prep involved spending the week before his return rehabbing with the G League team, the South Bay Lakers.
With the G League team?
Yeah, the main team was on a road trip. So instead of just working out alone, he went to this controlled but competitive environment away from the cameras.
Wow. One of the greatest players of all time doing rehab runs with the development squad. That's fascinating.
Well, analysts point out it was a calculated move. He got a couple of key things out of it. One, he got real reps against young, hungry players.
Right.
And two, and this is critical, zero travel fatigue.
Yeah.
It was maximum preparation with minimum stress on his body. It just shows, a total commitment to the process.
And that process had a huge mental side to it, too. I think we all focus on the physical part, but there was this quote from LeBron that it really puts the whole delay into perspective.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. It really highlights the kind of consistency he expects from himself.
He said, "This is the first time I've started a basketball season and not played since I was 9 years old."
9 years old.
Just think about that. That's a 31-year personal streak of being active for the start of the season. That's more than half an average life.
It just shows that his entire identity since he was a kid has been tied to that rhythm of being available. So for him to sit out, it meant he had to confront a kind of vulnerability he just hasn't felt in decades.
It makes the comeback feel that much more significant, not just physical, but like you said, a mental reset.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's shift to the court. He finally makes his debut. It's against the Utah Jazz. The Lakers get a huge win, 140 to 126. So in about 30 minutes of action, what did his stat line look like?
It was a very un-LeBron-like line, at least on the surface. He had 11 points, 12 assists, and 3 rebounds.
11 points. If you just glance at the box score, you might think, okay, he was rusty, or maybe the injury was still bothering him.
Right. For a guy who averages around 27 a game for his career, 11 points seems low. But the deeper analysis shows this was a deliberate choice.
A tactical decision.
Exactly. It wasn't rust. He completely controlled the game, but he did it with pure playmaking. He was basically a floor general, directing traffic, setting up his teammates for easy looks.
So the low point total wasn't a bad sign. It was actually the reason the offense exploded for 140 points.
That's it. He had 8 of his assists in the second half alone. Observers were calling it a passing clinic in the fourth quarter. Think about it. If he draws 2 defenders every time he touches the ball, and he's willing to make the right pass instantly,
the offense becomes almost unstoppable.
the team's efficiency just skyrockets. That 140-point total is a direct result of his unselfishness.
It's the genius of aging in the NBA, right? He's saving his body but using his mind to still dominate the game. Did his coaches and teammates or even his opponents pick up on this shift?
Oh, immediately. The new Lakers head coach, J.J. Redick, he praised him for playing with the, and I'm quoting here, the right spirit, unselfish, calm, making great decisions.
The right spirit. That's telling. It sounds like they knew this debut is about setting a team identity, not about him proving he can still score.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And even his opponents were in awe. Luka Dončić, who dropped 37 in that game himself.
Another elite playmaker.
Right. Luka just said LeBron is someone who does things other people can't. It's a recognition that his value, his threat, it goes way beyond just scoring points.
And speaking of other players, there was this amazing little story from the game that really illustrates just how long he's been doing this.
The Deandre Ayton anecdote, I love this. It's such a perfect full circle moment.
Tell everyone what happened.
So Ayton is the new Lakers center. And during the game, LeBron throws him this incredible alley-oop for a dunk. And afterwards, Ayton told reporters it was only the second lob James had ever thrown to him.
Okay. And the first one?
The first one was when Ayton was in 8th grade at LeBron's basketball camp.
No way. From an 8th grade camper to an NBA teammate getting lobs in a real game, that is just incredible.
It's visual proof of his longevity. He is literally playing with and mentoring multiple generations of NBA talent at the same time.
It's unbelievable. Okay, so now we have to talk about the actual numbers, the record books. Because this one game, this debut, it immediately started pushing some all-time records even further.
Let's start with the one that, for me, is the greatest testament to his consistency. The double-digit scoring streak.
It's my favorite stat in sports. He extended it to 12,293 consecutive games.
1,293. To put that into context for you, the last time he had a single-digit scoring night was January 6th, 2007.
2007, that's almost 2 decades ago.
It's mind-boggling. Think about what that requires. It's not just talent. It's surviving in this league for that long, through different teams, different coaches, different eras of basketball. Without a major injury sidelining you or having an off night, it's unprecedented.
Most players don't play 1,293 games in their entire career, let alone scoring 10 points in all of them consecutively. But he also climbed up another all-time list in this game.
That's right. He's not known as a three-point specialist, but his game has evolved so much. In this debut, he passed Reggie Miller for 6th all-time in three-pointers made.
So even at 40, he's still climbing these leaderboards and scoring, assists, and now threes. It's all-around dominance.
It really is.
So if that's what he did in his first 30 minutes back, what are the huge milestones he's chasing this season? What's next?
Well, the sources point to 2 massive ones. First is the all-time leader in games played. He is just 50 games away from passing Robert Parrish.
50 games. So he could get that this season if he stays healthy.
It's very possible. And that record is pure durability, just showing up night after night for 23 years.
And given that he's leaning into being a playmaker now, his assist numbers are going to keep climbing fast.
Oh, absolutely. He's closing in on 3rd place all-time in assists. He's just under 500 assists away from passing Jason Kidd.
Wow. He just had 12 in one game, so if he keeps up that kind of production.
That record is absolutely in jeopardy of falling by the end of this season. It's a monumental achievement for someone who is also the league's all-time leading scorer.
So let's just synthesize all of this. We have a 40-year-old coming off a nerve injury who changes his entire approach in his debut to be a playmaker.
And in the process, he extends an 18-year-old scoring streak, moves up the all-time three-point list, and puts himself in striking distance of the all-time games played and assist records.
It perfectly captures the theme, right?
Yeah.
He is just rewriting what we thought was possible for an athlete's career span.
It's an evolution. He's using his greatest asset now, his basketball IQ, his vision to maximize his impact while, strategically saving his body.
But let's look at the other side of that. Is there a potential downside to him focusing so much on conserving energy? I mean, what if the team needs him to be a scorer late in the game?
That's a really valid point. And one analyst suggested this conservative approach is only possible because of the team's roster. The idea is to let others carry the scoring load early, specifically so he can preserve himself for those high-leverage moments.
So it's not load management over a season, it's load management within a single game?
Exactly. They're saving the scorer LeBron for when they absolutely need him in the 4th quarter. It's a masterclass in professional self-management.
Which means we're not just watching a legend's victory lap. We are watching a living athlete actively reshape our understanding of what human performance can be.
And it forces you to ask those bigger questions. Which is what the sources really leave us with. Like a forward-looking thought, they ask. What are the ultimate limits of this longevity? And maybe more importantly, how far can the Lakers go with a healthy LeBron?
And that is the question that's going to define this entire season. A healthy King means a dangerous team, and it means we all get a front row seat to history being made every single night. Thanks for diving deep on this one.
Anytime. It was a pleasure.